On this week's episode of the QC Step Podcast, we're going to talk about what you can do before your job search to help build work skills. And we're going to talk about the specific skills that you can develop. It is the week of April 20th through the 24th, and this is the QC Step Podcast. Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of the QC Step Podcast. I'm Corey Finneran. Before we get started with the topic for this week's episode, there's an agency fair on May 7th from 4 to 7 p.m. at Blackhawk College, and that's in Building 3. This is a great opportunity for you and your parents to become aware of the different agencies in the community that you might be able to use for specific services. This is an event that's being hosted by the TPC, the Transition Planning Committee, and if you have any questions or if you want more information, your teacher will be able to help you with that. This week we have a question from a student at United Township High School. This student asks, what kind of activities can students who are under 16 do to help develop work skills? This is a great question, and I'm going to answer that question, but I'm going to spend more time explaining why these activities can help develop work skills and specifically what work skills you'll be working on. This information applies not only to those of you that are under 16 years old, but anyone that isn't working now and isn't planning on applying for employment right now. These are even things that you could be doing if you're working, but you want to develop your work skills and your experience outside of that job. The first thing I would suggest is to do volunteer work. You've heard me say that over and over here on the podcast. Volunteer work will help you develop many work skills that you will be able to use not just in your future jobs, but also in the job search process. Another thing I would suggest is taking advantage of training opportunities through the STEP program. You could also volunteer around school, maybe with the athletic department or the drama club. Maybe you can help the custodians or work in the library or maybe the cafeteria. It could be helping the elderly in your neighborhood with yard work or spring cleaning. There are lots of opportunities to develop work skills, and if you're having trouble coming up with any ideas on what you could do, then contact Gary or Carrie through your STEP or your co-op teacher, and they can help you explore your options. First off, let's look at how volunteer work, training experiences through STEP, volunteering in your school or your neighborhood, how those things can help you in your future job. These will help you develop soft skills, and you might be wondering what soft skills are. These are transferrable skills, work skills that you can take to any type of job. They are the personal qualities and the attitudes that can help you work well with others and that can help you do a good job for your boss. So here are some examples of soft skills. Communication. Being a good communicator will help you get along with your coworkers. It will help you listen and understand instructions, and it will help you provide good customer service for the business that you're working for. It doesn't matter who you're working for, communication is a skill that will help determine your success. Another soft skill that you can develop through volunteering is the ability to make decisions. It's important to be decisive by gathering information, gathering facts, seeking advice, looking at the big picture, being aware of the consequences of your decisions, and considering alternatives. Decision-making is a really tough thing for teenagers that don't have a lot of work or volunteer experience. You become a better decision maker with experience. It's through experience that you gain the confidence to trust your gut. So if you can start a job and you already have some confidence in the area of decision making, that would be a good thing to help give yourself a head start and to stand out. Time management is another soft skill that you can develop through volunteer work. and through the STEP training site experience. Most jobs involve multiple tasks, and it takes time management to juggle those things and still get things done in a timely manner. If you can develop the soft skill of time management, you will be more prepared for a job. This is especially important for jobs like fast food, where things are fast-paced and you do have a lot of different responsibilities. A soft skill that goes along with time management is the ability to work under pressure. Maybe that means dealing with a tight deadline, or maybe dealing with a difficult customer. If you do volunteer work or work at a STEP training site, you will get some doses of working under pressure, but there won't be as much on the line because it's not work that you're being paid for, and there is a learning curve in place for you to learn these things. These are just a few of the soft skills that you can develop through the work experiences I mentioned earlier, whether it's working in your school, volunteer work, training site work through the STEP program, or helping people in your neighborhood. So to answer the student question in a roundabout way, these are the types of activities that you can do to develop work skills. And those are just a few of the skills, the soft skills, that you can work on developing. If you're thinking that you would like to work a job this summer, now is the time to apply for summer seasonal employment. Many businesses that hire summer help have already started accepting applications and they're interviewing to fill those positions. If you want to work this summer, don't wait until school lets out. If you do that, you've waited too long and it will be very difficult for you to find a job. If you want to work this summer and you would like to talk with Gary or Carrie about where you would like to apply, or if you would like help filling out applications or preparing for the interviews, you can contact them through your STEP or your co-op teachers, or you can email me, info@qcstep.com, and I'll pass it along to them. So that will do it for this week's episode. I will be back in 2 weeks with another episode of the QC STEP podcast.